Welcome to Church History Stories, where we explore fascinating and sometimes controversial topics from the history of the Church. Today, I want to discuss the intriguing subject of the Gospel of Barnabas. This text has sparked significant debate and curiosity, especially in discussions like the recent Wes Huff and Billy Carson debate. A link to that debate is in the description. While Barnabas is a revered figure in Christianity, it is universally agreed that the Gospel of Barnabas was not authored by him. In fact, if scholarship is accurate and right, he would have been dead for at least 1,300 years by the time this work was written. To begin, let's talk about who Barnabas was. Known in Aramaic as the son of encouragement, Barnabas was a prominent figure in the early church. According to the Catholic Bible Dictionary, he was a Levite from Cyprus and a cousin of John Mark. His birth name was Joseph, but he earned the name Barnabas from the apostles due to his remarkable ability to inspire and exhort others in the faith. Barnabas played a critical role in early Christianity. He was the one who introduced Paul, previously a fierce persecutor of Christians, to the Jerusalem church, easing the apostles' doubts and fears about Paul. Barnabas and Paul became close collaborators, embarking on missionary journeys together and advocating for the inclusion of Gentile converts without the requirement of circumcision. Though their partnership eventually ended due to a disagreement over John Mark, Barnabas continued his mission in Cyprus and is traditionally believed to have been martyred in AD 61. In addition to these well-documented facts, it's worth noting that Barnabas has been a subject of various later legends and apocryphal works. The Gospel of Barnabas, as highlighted in scholarly sources like the Baker Encyclopedia of Christian Apologetics and Got Questions Ministries, is a work dating back to the 15th or 16th century. This gospel reflects Islamic perspectives and was likely written by a European author, possibly with the intent of aligning Christian narratives more closely with Islamic theology. The text contains numerous historical inaccuracies, such as claims about Jesus sailing to Nazareth, an inland city, and presents a portrayal of Jesus that starkly contrasts with the canonical Gospels. Furthermore, the Gospel of Barnabas erroneously dates Jesus' birth to the governorship of Pontius Pilate, which historical records show began long after Jesus' actual birth. It even includes anachronistic references like the 14th century papal decree on Jubilee years and medieval feudal practices. Turning back to the Gospel of Barnabas, it contains some extraordinary claims that diverge sharply from orthodox Christian beliefs. For example, the text denies that Jesus is the Son of God, instead portraying him solely as a prophet. It also introduces a direct prediction of Muhammad as the final messenger of God, which aligns with Islamic theology, but stands in stark contrast to the teachings of the New Testament. Perhaps most controversially, the Gospel of Barnabas rejects the crucifixion of Jesus entirely. Instead, it asserts that Judas Iscariot was made to look like Jesus and was crucified in his place, while Jesus was taken up to heaven. This narrative directly opposes the core Christian belief in Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Additionally, the Gospel advocates for strict adherence to Jewish customs, such as circumcision and dietary laws, presenting Jesus as a staunch supporter of these practices. It also criticizes Paul, accusing him of distorting Jesus' teachings, a perspective unique to this gospel and absent from canonical Christian texts. Moreover, the text contains anachronisms, such as references to medieval feudalism and even quotations resembling Dante's works, which further undermine its historical credibility. It inaccurately situates Jesus' activities in geographical and temporal contexts that conflict with established historical knowledge. To close, we need to clarify another work associated with the name Barnabas, and sometimes mistaken for this gospel fabrication, the Epistle of Barnabas. Unlike the Gospel of Barnabas, this text dates back to the late 1st or early 2nd century and was highly regarded by some early Christian communities. The Anchor Yale Bible Dictionary describes it as a tractate that blends Jewish traditions with Christian teachings, focusing on the correct spiritual understanding of Scripture. Key themes in the epistle include ethical teachings, eschatological expectations, and a critique of Jewish ritual practices when interpreted literally rather than spiritually. While the Epistle of Barnabas was not included in the New Testament canon, it was influential in early Christianity, particularly in Alexandria, where it was sometimes considered part of the broader scriptural tradition. Its inclusion in the Sinai Bible and citations by early church figures like Clement of Alexandria highlight its significance. I hope this overview of the Gospel of Barnabas and its extraordinary claims has provided insight into this text. If you found this interesting, please like the video and subscribe to Church History Stories for more content like this. See you next time. Cheers.